My name is Gitahi Kanyeki. I'm a police officer. Today, I'm here at the Salvation Army Nakuru, coming back to say thank you to God, because this is where I started my journey to be a police officer. I joined the administration police back in 1984, and I was actually officially enlisted on 13th July 1984. I started my music career here in this church back in 1975. I was a very young boy. And I remember very well in 1983, after my Form 4 examination, I applied to join the administration police around February. And in July, I was called for an interview whereby I did not come back home. Actually, I was informed immediately after my interview that I'm going to join the training, which started on 13th July and ended on 30th December 1984. I've been in the service for the last 40 years. I started as a police constable in the band where I served for 10 years, and I rose through the ranks to the rank of senior sergeant. That means actually I came from a constable. I remember I didn't actually get the rank of corporal. I jumped and got the sergeant. Then later I got a rank of senior sergeant. And I remember in 1993 I was transferred to Narok as a senior sergeant in charge of Narok. Discipline issues in Narok district that time. Later, I went to Turkana as an inspector. I was promoted to the rank of inspector. And I served in Turkana for some times. And then I was transferred to Nakuru. And later, I was transferred to Igembe. That time, it was called Meru North. Igembe North, that time, it was called Meru North, whereby I served there. And that is where actually I got an incident that I was injured, whereby we were following cattle rustlers, and a battle ensued between us, the officers, and the cattle rustlers. I remember I was injured, and I was taken to the hospital where I stayed for 3 months. After that, I stayed out of job for 1 year and 3 months. Later, I came back, and then I was deployed to Makueni. In Makueni, I served in Mooni, Kadhonzweni, Mtitoandei, Kalawa, Itise, and Wote. Later, I was transferred to Nyandarua, whereby I served in Nyahururu, Olkalau, Miharati, Kiambogo, Geta Forest as a forester. I remember that. And then I also served in a place called Kariaini. And later I served at Sokomjinga. There was an AP post there. Then I was transferred to a place called Madhyoya in Muranga. and then Kangema. I also served in somewhere called Karagita in Muranga. Actually, it was a special, I was actually sent there as a special work. There was something that we were following up at that time. Later from there, from Muranga, I was posted to Butere, and at Butere, then I went to Mount Elgon, Vihiga, Mumias, and after that I came back to Nakuru, where I served in the Molo during the post-election violence, where I served as a peacemaker. I was in charge of around 400 officers, trying to restore peace within Nakuru areas of Molo, Njoro, Solai, Lare, Kiptangwanyi, and the border between Nakuru and Narok. After that, I was called back to Nairobi at the AP headquarters. That time, the AP headquarters was in Harambee House. So my boss there was actually Mr. Kinuthia Mbugua, the immediate former State House controller. And before that, he was the governor of Nakuru. And before that, becoming the governor of Nakuru, he was actually the AP commandant. After serving in the AP headquarters for some times, I was posted in an office of reforms where I actually dealt with issues of reforms within the Naikuni committee, which was looking at the reforms in the police after Ransley report came out. Later, I joined the internal affairs unit where I served for 7 years. And after serving in the internal affairs unit, I was transferred to the National Police Service Senior Staff College, Loresho, whereby we moved to South Sea. I stayed there for 2 years, and later I was transferred to the AP headquarters and being given the position of Deputy Director Operations. This is where I'm actually retiring from today. Today is my last day as a police officer. I came to this church because this is where I remember on 8th July 1984, I knelt down and the then pastor here called Major Njeru prayed for me when I was going for the interview. And as I was thinking about my retirement, I remembered where I started. So I decided to come in my uniform and tell God, thank you. It's not my church currently, but this is where I actually got my prayers when I went to be a police officer. So today I'm very happy having had a service that was a reflection of my life. I really thank God because I've seen the band that I started in, the music band that made me to be what I am, is doing very well. They have very many instruments. They have a lot of current instruments, not like the ones that we were using when we were young, almost 30 years, 35 years ago. And I'm happy that after this service, I'm just going to Nairobi to now return my uniforms, and tomorrow I'm a very good senior citizen. I thank God for the service that I've rendered to this country. I have actually served in 42 stations. The current station whereby I'm the Deputy Director in operations is my 42nd station. I have served in various districts, various divisions, locations, provinces, the then or the counties, and I'm happy that God has kept me there. I'm not better than those who have not reached this, not gotten this opportunity of maybe retiring, but I just think that God has really helped me, and I thank Him. I came to say thank you to God. I feel so emotional. I'm feeling so happy. I just don't want to imagine that, yes, after 40 years, I'm now going to relax. I'm happy my wife has really cared for me for all those years with all the challenges of being a police officer, mostly in this country. Most of the times we are not together, but now from tomorrow we'll be together. I'll try to catch up with the challenges of not now being out of my house. I'll be very much in the house with her. I want to join my colleagues who retired before me and I want to get a lot of experiences whereby I may learn. And I just pray that God will help me, excuse me, to cope up with the new life. Yes, I'm retired, but I believe I'm not tired. I have a lot to do in the community. There's a lot of things in issues of challenges in the youths where I want to embark on myself to at least see what can I do for the youth of this country. What can I do even in civic education? I have a lot of experience in government issues. I can actually encourage my youths, even informing them of the current situations in the government, the current situation in the laws, and everything like that. And more so, to be good citizens of this country. So I just want to say that I'm ready to now go out there and work in the community as a community provider in terms of even security advices, in terms of talking about good governance, talking about fighting corruption in the society, and all that experience that I've gotten, I believe I can put it in my community. My memorable moments are when actually I was working in the operation areas. There's a time I felt like doing away with this job when I was short. And I remember even my wife telling me, Baba Shiro, usiwachane na hii kazi, twende ukachome mahindi. But I believe that God had a purpose for me. I was short and I have a very funny injury on my left leg. But thanks to God, I remember a bullet passed through my over my head. Some bullets through my legs, and I'm still standing here. Those were my memorable moments in terms of challenges and even pains. But I also have the good moments that I remember very well. The good moments is when I saw police officers doing the right thing, police officers actually helping the citizens, police officers being the servant of people. I believe I've done my best, and I want to encourage the young officers, kindly and please just be obedient, do the right thing, be a servant of that Kenyan who is out there. Try to listen to them, make them comfortable where they are, provide security for them, and I believe that one God will bless you. Oh yeah, when I joined, I remember my training first. We were using the shorts, the kinyasas. They used trousers and then they were cuts, and then you were given a short. The boots were very old. I remember even my training, I had one boot on, I think on the left was number 8, and the other one was number 10. So even in terms of putting a parade, I had to move one of my legs behind so that that straight line can be seen. And I've seen the police grow. Like for example, this car you are seeing here, this is a car that I've been using for the last 1 year, 6 months. And the days that I joined the police or the APS, I remember there were no APS cars. The only car that was there was for the commandant, if I remember very well, a Peugeot in APTC. That was the only car. And then other cars were 3 or 4 and some lorries at SGBs, that is Security of Government Building. But today, you cannot go over 10 kilometers without seeing an AP vehicle on the road. So I'm happy that even the AP has really grown. We have we actually leading in the Haiti exercise. We are happy that our units are the ones who are leading there. Actually, my boss, my current boss, who is my director, Mr. Otunge, is the one actually who is posted there under Mr. Gabo. And these are the things that I have seen growing. I have imagined that one day we'll be like those police officers we see in other countries. I've had an opportunity to be in other countries. But I think there is a lot of improvement that have been done in terms of transport. Although there is still more to be done in terms of salaries. I joined with a salary of 815, I remember. And today, a constable is joining with a salary of 20,000, of which I know it's not yet there. It's not really enough. And I pray that God will touch the government. And actually, if we can see a constable getting 60,000 at least, 60,000 I think that one will give a very good motivation in the police service. A constable to get 60,000 and then to go. Then a lot of training have been given. I have really gained a lot in trainings by the government. I have seen the service grow with the big number. I have seen the service expanding even in the police stations, and even the culture of impunity is no longer there. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm living a service that I'm not regretting why I joined. I'm living the National Police Service, specifically as an administration police service, a very motivated police officer. Parting shot to the Kenyans, just love your country, fight corruption, do the good governance by actually exercising your rights, voting, doing the right thing, being at the right time, and doing the right thing at the right time. And for me, I say, God bless you, the young people of this country. Put God first as you fight for your rights. I hope that you'll do better than us. The young police officers, look forward and aim for the best. I once remember I was saying I would want to be the commandant of the APS. But yes, did not get that opportunity to be the commandant, but at least the rank of Assistant Inspector General, the rank that I've stayed for the last 7 years, I'm happy. I'm happy now going home, looking forward to getting my pension and relaxing and doing other things in terms of developing my community where I'm living in. Thank you very much, Administration Police Service, for having me for the last 40 years. I say thank you very much and God bless you. Goodbye, Administration Police Service. Goodbye, National Police Service. Goodbye, the government of Kenya. And thank you for providing me an opportunity to serve the Kenyans. May God bless you and God bless our country, Kenya.